सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State session to this intermediate training session. So let me cover some interesting king pawn end game. Then I will throw light on half open games like center counter, Alekhine, Park Modern, maybe next to Karokan French also. So I will cover one by one. Are both black and white. Let's have a look at this end game. It is white to play. How should white play now? Suresh Bhai Chawda, Sir Jhala, Marth Godani, Ramakrishna, and Max. All are welcome. Who is this? Meg Parmar, Dina Patel, and Samprit Garai. Hello. End game accuracy is required because there is no fourth stage. One small error, it is all unbelievable. So please be careful. White to play. How should white play? Dina Patel's move is King G4. I have noted. Any other move? Hello, Khanak Dekh Vaidya. Yes. All right. Let's do this end games quickly. I will cover some opening variation. I want you to understand how to play this kind of positions. H4. Uh, think again carefully. No, no. Think carefully again. Max, Max, you are giving two. Oh, okay. So you are correcting your notation. Max is correcting the notation, not H5, A5. Hello, Parth Kuntal Rawal. So the correct answer is actually to play A5. This is the only move that can win. You play King G4 or H4, it is not winning. So A5 wins outside pass pawn. This is the correct move. King G4 is not correct. Here, if you play King G4, it is not winning because counterplay. Now, the A passer is in the control of black. Black king is in the square of the A passer. So again you have to return in the square. No win. So this is a draw only. That is why you should not play King G4. The correct move A4. Other alternatives like B4 is a bad move because pawn into pawn and then I will create outside pass pawn. Both A pawn and B pawn are in the square of the king. You need to note the square. Square. The king is in square, so he can control any pawn. Now two pass pawns, so it will throw away the win. Black is winning now. So It is not good idea to so only move a5. Now, king, you cannot go, then pass pawn will come. D4 will come. So, only move. Now, push, take king. Now, it is important that you have to play very carefully. So, what to do now? It is a critical moment. It's a critical moment. Okay, this is okay. Anything you attack the pawn. Now king here will lose the game. If you play king b5, white is winning because he will take and obstruct the king. So correct move to draw is not to play king but push the pawn. By that time you come and take, the king will reach in time. So for example, this is a rook pawn. This is a rook pawn. So you need to reach this square. That's all. Now one king, take king. Now king, enough to draw. So, so it is a5 is the correct move. That's saves, but black played very correctly. Okay, all right. Going to next one. Hello, good afternoon, Naval Good. Niranjan. Next. All right. This position is Ludak Pachman is black. A theoretician also he has written a lot of good books, strategy, middle game, end game. So here, how should black play? Correct approach by black. We should notice the strong and weak points of both sides. Black to play. After studying some of my game, I saw I only attack in 1 on 5 games. That's so I am positional player. It is not a positional player. I believe Ramakrishna, you are like an attacking player, but it is attacking player means not going rash attack. The idea is to attack, less of positional play. So we will discuss about your style and games. I will at the end. Today I am taking a 3 hour class. Today my class will continue till 5:30, 2:30 to 5:30. Max says king f6. It is black to play. Dina, it is not white to play. It is black to play. Max says king f6. Black to play. So Max says king f6. So do you agree all or is there any alternative? Any alternative? Nikhil also says king f6. Dina Patel king f6. So everybody wants to bring their king to queen side. I can understand that. I can understand you want to go for queen side initiative. So, so do you agree king f6 is the correct move? I must tell you, my friends, you must slow down in endgame. Endgame is a totally different subject from opening middle game. Opening middle game, your style, strength, everything counts. In end game, no style, no strength. You have to play according to the position. You may be a positional player, you may be attacking player. Makes no difference. No, only method, only correct method in end game. So here, yes, There comes Ramakrishna, Suresh Bhai Chavda. B4. King F6 gets nothing. So this is the one. The point is if you take, now the pawns are weak. And this is the square. This is the square now. And king can reach the square. King can reach the square and he has a protected pass pawn. That means the king is confined. The king cannot go, leave the square. And black king will come and pick up all the pawns one by one. Black king will straight come to pick up the pawns. He cannot do anything. So taking the pawn, it is not working, not working. So good move before. So king, king. Now king into pawn. This is again correct move. Now not this move. Now here this move. The reason is king into pawn is not working because the root is blocked. The root is blocked. The pawn will come. The pawn will come. Push and winning. So you cannot take with the king, and you take with the pawn, same thing. You take with the pawn, this is the same thing, king all over. You cannot go out of the square. Not I will play. I will play further. I will weaken further. So this is bad. That means your excellent move. Zhuan. Now he has to play king to c3, then king b4 and king b6 and winning. Now I will play king. You will wait. I play king. No. You will play king. Now wait. King. Now I will enter. And one by one. So action. You need to do strength of your protected pass pawn. You need to recognize your strength. Because of this is confined. Okay. Okay. Before, yeah, before. No, it is, I will tell you, Nikhil, you do not say looks like a good move. In end game, maybe, looks like, could be, it is not there. It has to be. There is no if and but. There is only correct method. In middle game, you can say maybe this move, maybe that move, variations. Opening, there are more choices. Opening, there is a wide range of choices. Middle game, it narrows down, but end game, it is further narrowed down. So method of play, don't say B4 maybe. B4 is the only. If you don't play B4, okay, you play king F6, the game is, he will play pawn B4. He will play now B4. गणपत हो जाएगा. कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा. Draw. So only move, maybe not looks like. You have to say only move. There is no question. Okay, you have to be authentic. Middle game you can say maybe this move, maybe that move. Okay. In opening stage, we look for rapid development. In the opening stage, we look for three, four things. First of all, a rapid development. And then what you see that harmony of the positions must be maintained. You have to maintain harmony between your pieces. Develop in such a way that your center is controlled. You are not coming on each other's way. Looks are connected. Pieces are an ideal square. Good center, good development, safe king. And then you look at the weak points. But in end game, you may be 2800 player. You have to play what the position demands. कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं आप. नहीं चलेगा. Only moves. Okay. Hello Hers. Correct move B4. Yes. So next. ये हो गया ना? नहीं ये हो गया? नहीं हुआ है. So this position, it is black to play. Who is this? Torres. Oh, Mark Doreski is a great coach. Perhaps the best coach, as far as I know, till international master, means to 2500 level. He is one of the best coach till 2500 level. I mean, in that category, I can put Dorfman, Doreski, Furman, great coaches, legendary coaches. I would put myself, I am good for up to 2300 level. And once a player becomes I don't play. Okay, there are in India, I would say there is there is Sandipan Chanda is, yeah, very good coach. What is this? So Surya Sekhar Ganguly is also good because they have good knowledge, experience. They have trained lot of top players. So these are very good coaches. Okay, Mark Dorosky wrote many books, not one book. Ramakrishna, he has written, he has written maybe 20 30 books, maybe 25 30 books. I use the book. Lot of endgame. I am using Mark Dorosky's analysis. I don't know. Yeah. What you see is Mark Dorosky. New book. This is book written in 2017, published in 2017. Mark Dorosky's endgame. From this, I give a lot of examples to you. Most of my examples from this Mark Dorosky's book only. So it is a great coach. Great coach. So no, not the best. Not the best. How can you play? Okay, now Ramakrishna, now you are not suggesting. Are you going to the back diagram? I have put a new this diagram. This position is black to play. How can you play? See, I don't know. This is illegal. Who? This position is black to play. Black to play. Yes, this is a very decent move. King G6. Other the threat. This threat is coming. So correct move King G6. This is the other moves are bad. You play C5, it is bad. This is bad. Counterplay. So not good. And now king into and king. You will catch. So it is important to stop king f5 first. Only move. So he comes. Now you can play c5. Now it's okay. Black to play. Naturally, next move is b4. Next move is b4. Okay, d4. What to do now? A critical moment. We reach a critical moment. No, no. Thank you, world champion, grandmaster. I am not the best. There are, I am good only up to 2300 level. Up to 2300, maybe I have trained individually 2400 players, one to one. But in group, not more than 2300. So there are many great coaches. Okay, okay. Uh, book नहीं देखा. Okay, you want to see the book again? I refer this book. From this book, I give the end games. Mark Doreski, fantastic author, a great author. I have got a lot of books, but this is a recent book. The book is about, end games. You know, the critical end games. So Mark Doreski. So Dina, this is the book. No, I have read lot of books, but no modern. I have little knowledge of the modern chess. For example, what the 2700, 2800 players do, I have no idea because my work is only limited till 2000, 2000 or not more than that. So 2005 onwards, I don't know the modern theory. So whenever I want to teach opening, I always refer myself. Modern theory is essential for opening discussion. So I always look at the modern games when I go for opening. For middle game, end game, my examples are always very old. Now Dorosky, great coach. He played this forced move, and now outside pass. Now he has Black has an outside pass pawn, winning. There is pawn tension. You cannot come. So pawn push. Now king c3. You have to come to the square or king c2 because don't get a tempo. Pawn into pawn winning. Now check is coming. Now check. So outside pass pawn. So first move, stopping counter play. This is excellent move. And then create outside pass pawn. All right. Going to the next. This Mark Boreski has completely changed the conception of chess coaching. I mean, he trained fantastic players like Yusupo, who are the other students, Chernin, then Dolmato, then Injon. Then he has trained a series of very strong players under his training, and then they become also good coaches. So I found that Alexander Chernin is very good. Yusupov's writings are fantastic. So the trainer training is not easy. You can train coaches, but at not at that level. So Dorosky's books are helping the coaches like anything. To me, at least. I don't know about others, but when I read his books, I get inspiration and I find the correct material, scientific presentation. I met a lot of great coaches also. I met Bagiro and discussed. Bagiro was very strong. He trained Mikhail Tal 6 years. He trained Polugowski for 9 years. Great experience, the great understanding. Palatnik was good. So anyway, so coming to this game now, black to play and draw. Correct move. One mistake, white is winning. Hello, Devers. Ramakrishna, I don't know these guys. I read books only of celebrated coaches, great players. So I don't know this. Who is this? Who is this called? Jonathan Hawkins. I don't know. Really, I'm sorry. I don't see videos and I don't read these coaches. What is the full name of the book? Okay, this book. Okay, the book is about critical endgames. The Mark Doreski author. It is published in 2017. I think there are two three books. So somehow I got a copy. I had went to Olympiad. You know, I went to Tromso Olympiad. I got lot of books. I went to Batumi Olympiad 2018. I got lot of books. From there, I picked up. So this is a fantastic book. Thank you, Juman Nikhil. So this position, Bent Larson is a great endgame player. But important thing, you have to restrict black. Now, correct move, king. Restriction. White is restricted. Now black has to restrict the white king. So he stops that. G4. Now if your other moves are not good, you have to create an outside pass pawn. G5, H5. The main threat is now G5. So take, and now E6. Now you have to play, if you play G5, King F5. So king. The point is now black has a pass pawn. Black has a pass pawn. But the whole point is this is now a rook pawn. So the whole idea, this position black can save the game. Now if you play king f4, tempo is coming. Now the choice is if you play these are losing moves, passive moves and bad. So active move. Now push. Now both will queen same time. This is draw. Draw. King. Now you come king. Now if you push this pawn, this is not going to work. You can take and come back in time. Now if you push no, because it is a rook pawn, you can take the pawn and take the pawn. Pawn into pawn, pawn into pawn. Here's time. King takes. You are very much in time to go to the square. King. Now king, king. king, just in time. You need to reach the magic square. I call that the magic square. When it is a rook pawn, if it is a rook pawn, a passer, then c8 is magic square. c7, c8. These are magic squares. In case h passer, then these are magic squares. Draw. That means he cannot go. So that means after pawn into pawn, he comes and draw. And if you go other way also, it is a draw. So he has a draw only now this position. Very well played by Kirnik. I believe I have showed this position, but I thought it is more instructive. So I repeat, this is a repetition. I am clear that I have showed this position in one of the class. So white to play and win. Ramakrishna h6 as white. Are you going asking the last diagram? Last diagram. So here, oh, h6 white. Okay, you want to do h6 instead of king e5. Here you want to do h6. H6, h6 I will come. This is not good. I will take both pawns. That is also draw. See, I can come and take both pawns. And by that time you come and take the pawn, then this is a rook passer. This is also draw. Also draw. Am I not sure? Now, king, you come here. I take, you come here. Now, let me see. Suppose, no, I have to take the pawn. So I have to take this pawn and you come. So you have to come 1, 2 and 4, 6 moves. Then I am queening. I will queen first. It is bad, I think. In this case, he is rushing. This is faster. Fast. Fast. This is winning for black. You cannot reach. You come here, queen a8 will come. So h6, it is better to dissolve and draw. Better to dissolve is draw. g6 draw. Okay. Okay, you mean to say after the pawn push pawn into pawn, this h6? No, this is bad. This is bad because this is very much in control. Okay, so I will go to the next one. This is white to play and win. Yes, yes. There are two volumes. I got only one volume. This is volume one. So there are two volumes. I don't know the second volume. White to play, very clear cut. Okay, I want you to answer. Dina Patel, correct answer. Congratulations. Dina gives H5. Correct answer. Now this is a series. If you do not take, you will play and then the king enters. Then the pass pawn will danger. He will take it. Advance pass pawn. So now suppose you come. If you do not take now, suppose you play KD6. I am going to push the pawn. And now you have to give me the way. Opposition. Enter. Now other one. Suppose you try. Now please note useless pawn. Don't take this useless pawn. For white, this pawn has to queen. For white, this pawn has to queen. So this is important pawn. This is stupid pawn. So do not go after unnecessary pawns. So don't waste time on wasting time with unnecessary cap. I mean, Tatakova said the quality of the pawn. It is not the quantity. So go after quickly, not wasting time. So here, don't work. It is enough. Enough to win the game. And notice the refinement. Now, if you play, you do not win the game. Now here, if you play here, you are not winning because you are coming way of your queen. So the correct move. This is winning because check and I go for king pawn endgame. Check and I take and then winning the game. So it is important that you cannot allow h6. You have to go king into pawn. In case if you allow if you allow suppose king here now zugzwang. Now you have to play king and now king. This no problem about it. Zugzwang. Okay, you play g5. If you play g5, f7. Not king. No, not this bad move. It is if you play draw. See in end game the error, typical errors. You play this draw, so you have to play king, a pawn push. This is winning. Opposition. You allow king g6 or you allow king g8. So you can't play g5. So after the move, now king f7 and now simple win. It is simple win. Opposition. Okay, so you have to take the pawn. When I play h5, Dina Patel's calculation is good. h5 you have to take pawn into pawn. Arey, you have to take pawn into pawn. हो गया काम. Now push. You have to allow the king entry. f6 is met by g6. If you play f6, g6 wins. Zugzwang. No pawn move. f6 is by king d6 and king f6 is coming next. It is a theoretical way. Some few more endgames. Very interesting position. So first we start. No, let you calculate. You calculate. अभी एक बार ये कोरोना प्रॉब्लम खत्म होने दो. There will be lot of tournaments are coming. Just wait for this corona problem to over. I hope it is 2 3 months time, and then and exams will be over. I think by February exams will be over. I hope vaccine corona problem should be in control. Many tournaments will come. So be patient. Be patient. Please tell white to play first correct move. Best book on endgame tactics. I would recommend to you Karthik Sraf. The endgame John Nunn. John Nunn has written Tactical Rook Endings. John Nunn's book, Tactical Rook Endings. It's a good book. And John Nunn has written two more books, wonderful books on endgame. Good collection, good analysis by Dr. John Nunn. And there are other books. Okay, these books. Test your endgame ability. One of the finest books. So please Please answer. Nobody is answering. I have to only make a move. Find out what can you do. गरम बहुत गरम है रे. Yeah. Maybe you can use this tea. Yeah. So good. Ramakrishna's move is good. H4. I like H4 because now giving a threat. So you have to stop. You cannot allow G4. Then you will restrict it. Then F4. It is you have to stop. Black must play this H5. F5, G5. These are bad moves. These are G5 bad moves. White should win. So correct move H5. Now what? Somi join. Somil join. I cannot play now because in the class I cannot leave and play. I will play maybe when I am coming on this light chess. Sometimes I play nowadays, but not at a few days. Till end of the month I will be busy. So someday I will play light chess with you. I can't play now. Okay, I cannot leave the class and play. Sometimes when I come on light chess, you can challenge me. I will accept. So please now, okay, this is now white plays g4 and black cannot play. Here to black playing at g4 is losing. Outside pass pawn will come. So this is bad. Now g4 he must maintain the pawn. Only move. Now the point is this is slowly coming. King and now it is a draw. Draw or win. I think winning. Because I was calculating king into pawn. No, there is no need. I think this is winning. Winning now, winning. One tempo extra. Queen. Now if you queen, the queen check. Now if you queen, king pawn endgame. Pawn queens, you will give a check, take and play f5 and win. So you cannot queen. You have to take the pawn, but this check will win the game. The king is closer. Check. And now mate. I overlooked the tempo, king into. So this is very good, very instructive also. Very instructive. Okay. कोरोना कोरोना से मत डरो ना. बर्बाद करके रख दिया दुनिया को. Okay. Next. White to play and win. This is also a repetition. I am giving you white to play win because they are thematic. Repetition. White to play and win. Yes, yes. We can analyze your game. You can, but you have to send me not today because I have to open the email. I have to download. So not today. You send me the game in PGN format to my Gmail. I will download, and then another day I will analyze. White to play win. Please write the move, suggest the move. G4, Dina Patel. This is not the thing. Not the thing. No. Think again, Dina. Not correct. Okay, I will see that. Okay, let me do the end games. I will see. This is correct. There was two pass pawn. You create two distant pass pawn. Correct move D5. Because this pass pawn is guaranteed because of the break. So, two pass pawns. This is good move. Okay, if you play king d6, d4 wins. G4 is winning. Now king takes pawn. Suppose you play king into pawn. Now pawn into pawn. King here. Now pawn push. King here. h5. I create a pawn wedge. The king. ये गणपत हो गया. गणपत हो गया. Cannot. We cannot do anything now. Lost. So you cannot play king d6. So only move pawn push. Now this is important. Once you play, there is you throw away the win. You break is very important to create the second pass pawn. Already you have one pass pawn. You create second pass pawn. Winning. So this is a theme. Okay, theme. Okay, who is this? Jugar. This is Swedish grandma, Swedish IM. Okay, Rodriguez. Ruben Rodriguez from Malaysia. So here it is white to play. The point is white looks in difficult. What is the difficulty? Now the ये तो गया शहीद हो गया ये. अभी 3-2. He has 3 and now 2. Pass pawn is there. And this is also distant pawn. So black has advantage, but white can draw the game. White can draw the game with resourceful play. The point is black looks like winning. ऐसा लग रहा है कि अभी ब्लैक जीत जाए. But there is a resource white will draw. How? How do you know Devam is Govind? So here, now the point is, this is the one. I get time. The pawn when it dying, at least let the king be decentralized. You gain something. The draw is achieved by amazing the resource of stalemate. The resource of stalemate saves. So pawn push must take, attack must come, pawn into pawn. Now pawn push. Now the point is this pawn is running away, but you will get stalemate. King, 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 and now king h4. Stalemate. Black must take the pawn. You cannot move. Zugzwang, I will take the pawn. Then white will win the game. You have to now take, otherwise you lose. So taking the pawn is stalemate. Resource. So this is a resource. In end game there are limited themes. Stalemate, pass pawn, outside pass pawn, opposition, obstruction, then placement of king, pawn race, pawn breakthrough. So all these things, these are various themes are there. Under promotion is a theme. This position, black to play. Black to play. obvious move है, but फिर भी I want to wait. Who said G5 correct move? World champion. Very good. G5 correct move. Correct move. G5. You cannot wait. You have to play F4 to create a pass pawn. Now king, 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 and now here. Now the point is here it will come. It is actually a draw because he will come to take and three moves queen. By that time you move and queen, he is just in time. It's a draw. It's a draw. Now king, push, take, push, then push. Both will queen in same time. Remy. But if he did not play correct g5, he would lose the game. The correct move, if he did not play the move in time, he will lose the game. Okay, this is, you have found it. This is bad. G6 will lose, king d5 will lose. Landa, Landa Constantine, Kozlov. In Landa means clean, saving the head clean. In Odisha language, Landa is complete clean saving of the head. Landa is a good coach, Constantine, and black is Kozlov. So how should black play? Black seems to be bad because king d5 is coming. But you have to create a pass pawn to slow down. So d4, obviously. Now take, now king. This is necessary. Now pushing the pawns, these are bad moves. These are bad moves. So wait. King take, king. Taking the pawn is bad. If you take king into pawn, king d3 and winning. So correct move. Again taking the pawn is bad. Notice lot of refined moves. Now king is coming and winning. So again the correct move. Now it is, you have to take and you have to push the pawn. Then king comes, kc1 is coming. So beautifully played by defended. Who is this? Kozlov. So Londa Constantine Kozlov was a draw. I guess the endings are over. One more. Do I have one more? नहीं नहीं, it is है. Endings are एक और है. So one more, one more. Fleer versus us. Now I want you to understand which way you should capture. Now you can capture the pawn d into e5 or f into e5, which is correct. A result will change. One move, one bad move, result will change. Which is the right capture? Karthik, Saraf, they was correct one. Correct one. Now the wrong capture is, this is wrong capture. Then you throw away everything. Now counterplay. So after this there is nothing. So you throw away everything. So the correct capture, F into correct move. Who said that? Devers and Karthik and world champion. Correct capture. Now F6 is a big difference because There is no danger. Everything is in control. Good move. G4, good move. You have to unpass. It should be a draw. It should be a draw. Queen, check. And now the last blunder should not do. Should not go to KF6, SQL. So this is simple. King H6 draw. Okay, so I leave the now the end games. I want to discuss basically what you should do for white and black half open games. I have discussed Sicilian all the lines except Nasdaq. I have to do Nasdaq because I have to see the modern games. Without seeing the modern games, I cannot discuss the Nasdaq theory. So I have not discussed. I didn't get time. So Nasdorf is the only one left. I have done Dragon, I have done Seven Engine, I have done Pelican, Lasker, I have done other all things. Nasdorf I will do for white and black. Now I want to go with center counter first. Then I will go to Alekhine. Okay. So let me see. Okay, let me see if you have sent the game. I will check that. I will check that. No, it has not come. No, it has not come. I have not received. Okay. All right. Never mind. I have not received any game. So is that let me take you to the game center counter. Basically, center counter the draw there are advantage and disadvantage. I will tell you. One advantage that you are eliminating the center pawn of white, but you are paying a price. Time. I would say, in my opinion, the best example is Anand White and Lottier Black. Brilliant game. Absolute brilliant game by Vijay Anand. Fantastic conception. He got the opening advantage and he played the middle game correctly and he finished brilliantly, creating a tactical target. The full game is absolutely admirable. Anand White and Joe Lottier Black. However, let me show. Now, the strongest move is knight f6 because you are eliminated and you want to take the pawn. This is the best way to play. White should not defend the pawn. d4 is the best move. c4 is not good move. After c4, suppose you play c4, c6, white should play now d4. This is bad. This is bad move. Black will take the initiative. Control of the center. Now, knight f3, e5, up here, castle, queen e7, rook d8. Center is with black. Passive position for white for one pawn. So the correct move here is to play d4 and you play pawn into it is just a transposition to Panov-Botvinnik attack. Knight c3. Now it is a Panov-Botvinnik attack. e6, knight f3 or now prince e6 and f3 bg5. Whatever it is, white gets interesting slight better game. But instead of playing, majority players in India they play queen takes pawn. Knight f6 is the correct way to play, but they play queen into pawn. There is nothing that this move will lose the game. The point is loss of time. Knight c3. Now, the queen d6 probably is very good. In my opinion, this is the strongest move because the game will take a Caro-Kann character. The position, one tempo down, black is playing Caro-Kann structure. d4, c6, Caro-Kann structure. But queen a5. Queen f5, d4. Why d4 is necessary? The point is, now if you play knight f3, now e5 is coming. E5 will come. So we should stop the move. D4. Knight f3. Now this is bad move. This is safest way. This move has to be played. And now you can play something like bishop c4, bf5, bd2. This is the main line. bf5, and then e6, and then try to castle quickly. I will play maybe bd2, then e6. This is how it continues. Knight d4, knight d5, whatever. But this is this is place a bad move. Bad move. Okay, I cannot show it is that winning immediately. But the whole idea to consider the bishop or knight, it is not a good idea. S3. White Anatoly Karpov, his repertoire was foolproof. I will tell you, if any player having a solid style, a positional style, should just follow Karpov because he will not make any blunders or mistakes in opening area. Okay, you may not get the latest, but very safe way Karpov was playing. The perfect move, bg4, s3. You decide now. What are you going to do now? Bishop into knight or bh5? What are the things you would come now? Huh? One second, one second. Bishop into knight simply is good for white. Double bishop. Bishop into the queen into. Now this is under attack. So you play c6. Now bd2. Now this is further bad. Trying to attack this both pawns. You can castle and ignore that threat. You can castle here and ignore that. The reason is queen takes pawn is too much risky. This is a risky business because knight b5 can come, giving trouble. Okay, so this is not a good idea to play. Knight b5 can come, or if you are not giving a pawn, queen d3 is also a good move. I don't see any problem because the queen is safe on white square. There is no bishop, and if you take my pawn rb1 and rb7, white stands better. So you should not worry. Opening stage, you need not worry for opponent coming pawn hunting. If you can castle quickly and develop, absolutely no worry. So queen b6 is rubbish. So here bishop into f3 is not correct. So he plays bishop g h5. Knight. White has an obvious threat. Now the knight is watching the bishop. Now that means when I play h4 h5, and if you play something like I will completely destroy the kingside pawn structure. h4. This is not a serious threat. Now I can do bd2. But you mobilize now. For example, when I play, he can come bishop coming to attack the rook. So I'm going away from the range of bishop and supporting the rook. And also the rook can come to the e3 file against the king. This is also the point to be noted. Whatever you do, it position has now turned out to be clearly better for white. Okay. Now, for example, here he plays. Okay, the alternative is not good. Now bishop into knight, you are considering the bishop for nothing. Double bishop is there, and also you run behind development. So safe move. Another bad move. Black is a grandmaster, but the position. already behind development, and also center is white is much stronger. Forced, forced. Other moves are just ridiculous. So only move. Threat is there. There is a threat here. So you have to move. Winning. A big initiative. So it transpires that bishop g4 on the fifth move is absolutely bad move. Knight into c3 is further bad. Position is nearly winning. I would say it is winning now because the advantage is development and center. Everything is so strong. A funny bishop at d5. Crushed. You cannot take a2 pawn. You will be trapped. Over. Better resign now. So it is a series of bad moves. Opening stage. Please note that bg4. Even if you come late, this is also bad. Even if you come, suppose instead of this knight f3, now bishop g4, you may play c6. Now I will play some bishop c4. Now this is also not so good because of s3. Now bishop into queen into. There is a quick development and double bishop. Okay. So this is I leave the bg4 plan and one more game. Then I will take you to the main line. Mhm. Center counter one more game. I want to show you. Center counter Assi versus okay e4 d5 queen d5 queen a5. Let me discuss this line only. D4 knight f6. Now knight f3 c6. Now knight d5. This is Anand's choice. White, this black has a lot of problem now. So here bishop e6. Now bishop g4 is not playable. So bishop e6. Okay. Now after bishop e6, he plays bishop d3. If you played bf5 also my answer was same. If you played bf5, I will play bd3 only. Now after bishop e6, bishop d3, g6. Black is preparing to castle. Bg7. Now you need to find how to work out a plan. Always you should notice that what is the main problem in white position. I discussed Karpov, Michael Adams. I discussed Pragyananda and so Wesley. Okay, the main point is your knight is blocking the pawn. Knight is blocking the pawn. So you should castle and make the knight ready and then play c4 for center. So castle. So castle. Now he will play bishop g7. What else? And now you set right coordination, harmony between the pawns and pieces. So knight e2. An excellent move by Asim. Castle. Now knight f4. Now here he cannot go back. You cannot go back. This is just is a bad position now. I think already white has an advantage. So what are you going to do now? Now bishop d5 is bad. Pawn c4 is coming. Queen a2, pawn c4 will crush him. There is no way to defend, I think. Practically forced. Bishop c8. I would say the position, the black losing to tempo, the position is, however strong player he is, black, it is gone. The position is overwhelming. Only you have to find correct sequence of moves one after another. So let us now start. How would you plan? Okay, I will play normal move. Rook e1 is a standard move. Okay, I will play rook e1. And then black will play rook d8. How would you react to this? In my opinion, the position is simply it is plus minus. Means clearly better. I would say it is equivalent to one extra pawn. If your black is the pawn down, I would say that is plus minus, but it is equal to plus one pawn up. So strong position. How would you handle? Good afternoon, Paris Kumar. Defend. No, pawn is attacked. Your d4 pawn is attacked. You have two choice. You can play c3. You can play b. Okay, he says what if move number 3 and d7? No, it is bad move that time. Okay. Now what are you going to do? Bishop e3. I have a choice to defend the pawn, but better to do with development. So it is better I develop. And now black made a further bad move. At the moment, the position is already bad, but at least you should not block your own pawns and pieces. Now, I would say it is better that you should play knight a6. Knight a6 is a more reasonable move, but a bad move in bd7. Now, this is bad. This is bad. How would you now handle this position? Finding good opening moves. You know, finding good opening moves. The pigeon is asking, I have to open the window. I cannot because thoda, my pet pigeons are there. So I have to give them some food and water. Okay. So here now, for example, now black has only two choice. He can play either to queen b6 and queen c7. What is wrong with queen c7? Somebody tell me why queen c7 is who is move? No, 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 no. Now, no, no, no. It is the correct move to attack the correct moves to attack. BD2 exclamation. This is the correct move. Now, the queen c6, queen. This is a very bad move, or this is also bad move. Now, what we should do now? Why queen c7 is bad? Somebody tell me. Yes, yes. The pigeons come exactly. I give them food in the morning and evening. You want to see the pigeons? I can show the pigeons. You can see the pigeons. You can see the pigeons. Okay. So, what should you do now? White is winning. How? Yes, there comes the correct answer. Paris Kumar. Knight F7 is correct. Winning. The reason is after king takes it, bishop check, the only move. You cannot move the king. King cannot move. The only move. Knight into, bishop into, pawn into, rook into, king into, knight into. गणपत क्वीन गया सो इसीलिए यू हैव टू प्ले क्वीन b6 ओनली मूव नाउ यू हैव टू प्ले क्वीन b6 bd2 now queen to b6 what should you do now you know the whole point is the control the power of your minor pieces center control that plays the key role what should you do now how white is winning now no no no. Now this see when you play Queen C7, there is a problem because I I check, and now you cannot go F8. Knight check will come. I cannot give the queen, but here in Queen on B6, I can go to F8. I can go to E8. The queen is not in danger. So the same variation is not correct now. When you play Queen B6, the same variation is not correct. Not correct. Knight f7, I can take two pieces for the rook. I don't agree with nf7 now. On queen c7, knight f7 is a good move. When you play, knight f7 is an excellent move. This is excellent. But not on queen b6. There is a better move. Don't play knight f7. Very simple moves. Please find out simple moves. Hey, I do not see the mail. I don't see the, I don't see his mail. He has given to some wrong mail. WhatsApp I cannot open. You must send me to in PGN format. I cannot open in WhatsApp. The only way I can analyze if you send me the game in PGN format. No WhatsApp. Okay, देखो, the whole point is अभी the rook is watching the pawn. So knight c4. Very simple way. It was so simple. Now if you go queen c7, rook into. Now I am getting the pawn free and that is winning. So whatever you do, queen d4 is losing. You come now here it is losing. Rook into pawn, rook into e7. So he will play queen into. But this is just overwhelming. Over. He can resign. The queen is trapped. in the center of the board. So I would say center counter is very easy, and I will discuss the main line of center counter. Then I go to Alekhine. E4 D5 take Queen D5 and C3 Queen A5 D4 Knight F6 Knight F3 C6. Now you can play BD2. You can play Bishop C4. Now this is all possible. This is also possible. Okay. You can also play here. Suppose Knight F3 instead of this move, you play Bishop F5 here. I can play Bishop D3. This is also a good move. This is also simple move I can play. So here play normal move C6 and Bishop C4. Now Bishop F5 main line. This is the main position. I recommend here to play castle. This is what I recommend. Okay. Now the other alternative is to play some knight d7 or etc. whatever. No, I think castle is old move. Here nd5 is more modern. A queen. I take. Now this is just bad. Very passive position. No development. So queen has to take. Queen has to take. In this case, you can play queen e. You can play c3 and queen e2. You can play bb3 and queen e2. Direct queen e2. Idea long castle. If you are afraid of giving the pawn, I think this is a good move. Next move queen e2 I will play and castle. But queen e2 is direct. So white gets an advantage. So here, what is Grishchuk's move? Grishchuk played here. Plus. Plus minus. White has bishop pair and center. From the opening, you should look a quick development and harmony and center control. That's all. Center. You capture the knight, you run into trouble, space, trouble. Grishchuk is sharp player. The position, that space, time, and also Tara's formula. The bishop on d6, your further trouble is evaded. What now is this is a threat is coming. So if you play something like this will crush. That means you have to do some active move. So he plays rook with the idea I want to take the pawn and put pressure here. Take rook into. This is the idea. But again I threaten f5. Still f5 is not good. Take and queen e5 check. Queen g5 check. This is the point. The only move. The position, the material factor here saved, but at paying a heavy price. Threat to win the piece. Forced. Now this is practically forced. This comedy. Lost, a complete lost. Kuch nahi raha. You must lose exchange and also active king and winning easily. Very well played by Alexander Gishu. Fantastic player. Now I will show you some 2-3 games because this is the main line. Supposed to be the main line. Now I am giving a threat of nd5. No, I will not castle. Here Bishop c4, e6. Now nd5. This position I want to see. Knight into queen into. And then I would like to recommend queen e2. This I want to see. Bad move. Already the position is bad. Okay. Bishop into pawn, then initiative for white after d5. Attack three times and you cannot keep on hunting. Castle plus minus. Arre, castle plus minus. All development complete. Non-stop threats will come. The bishop is against the queen. Sometime I can pin the bishop. And already there is pressure, danger. ये नहीं चलेगा. Knight has control of center. So this is just overwhelming position. नहीं डिपेंड कर पाएगा. Anand, I told Lautier. Anand Lautier is a very good game. Best line in this one. H6-1. Yeah, yeah. That damn some H6. So here, this is just bad. So on Queen E2, first let us see Sirov Salo. He did not grab. Further bad move. Okay, if you take the pawn, I'll just castle. The king is safe. Two bishop, development, open line. Black will not survive. Will not survive. Overwhelming position. So you can't play that Queen B2. So this is itself bad move. Plus. Too weak. There's too many threats. Now the threat is bishop into pawn and queen d3 check picking up the knight. The threat is to simply take pawn into. Now you can just maintain the attack. You can continue to attack with h4, h5, all this thing. You can continue. But who is this Grandmaster Stiro? He just picks up a pawn and that's enough. King is weak anyway and I'm winning material. See, no, bg4 is just ruled out. It is just bad. This is just bad, bad, bad. Okay, nd7 is a reasonable move. Castle. White is having a fantastic position already. Two bishops open position. Even this is also plus. Now ab1. I can do this one. No, I don't. No, no, no. Sorry, sorry. I cannot do that. I have bishop is under. Then next plan I can do kb1 with the idea bishop a5. Direct bishop a5 queen g5 check is coming. So here just king b1 the position is overwhelming. The idea is to play h4, h5 and rook will enter also from the h line. One. Overwhelming position. When you have two bishops, the more opening of files and diagonals is very powerful. Okay. How many hours do you stream? I do 4 hours for Gujarat State Chess Association. I do 4 hours every day except Wednesday. Except Wednesday I do. And I do my private classes. That is not counting. So 4 hours every day for Gujarat Association. For the living Wednesday. So I leave this and now I take you to Alekhine defense. Basically, Alekhine defense is playable. The only problem is white a lot of space. Space means maneuvering room. Room means attacking chances. So that is the only defect. And another problem that white players should not overextend the pawns. You cannot just keep pushing the pawns. You will come into trouble. So white must restrain instead of pushing the pawns like four pawn attack. Not the best against the Alekhine. It is a double edged. The result can be anything. The main position of Alekhine. Now the point is there is one player Lutiko. Lutiko played this variation and in two games in Russian Championship he got one and a half. One and a half out of two. That too in Russian Championship. But then the third game he met Tal. He had his Waterloo when he met Tal. Tal played here A4. Opponents did not play A4. So Tal played A4, A5, and Tal played this another fine move. Normally, Alekhine, you play D6 counterplay to attack the center. Now you cannot play D6. That means you play. That is what I want. Now the target is will come. And the knight is not able to come. Harmony of black is lost. Black pieces is not harmonious now. So Tal got a very easy advantage after A4, A5. The lovely move, bishop B5, B6, come back with a clear better game. Tal, who is black, Lutiko. Lutiko Tal. I will show that game after this. No, no, no. So correct move is D6. Now, knight f3 is the main line. Knight f3. Then black has the crossroad. He can play the g6, bg7 castle, or he can play main line bishop g4, e6, be7 castle. This is the main line. And other second alternative e6, g6. But here c4, c4. Not the best move. Now, this is better capture. The reason is you are playing bishop e7 castle quickly and trying to attack the center. Your castle development is faster here. This is a natural move because you are controlling towards center. Many players feel that there is an extra pawn in the center. But the development becomes slow. When the pawn on e6 is here, you can castle quickly b7, but this is the problem. I will show some the line he captures, better capture. Castle. He is worried. Knight after bg4 is coming. So the pressure is now building up. Actually, the knight looks bad, but actually the knight is heading to center. The main idea of the advance of provoking the move, the knight is heading towards center. You can see the game. Black is Fischer, Robert Fischer. Bobby also played this move. Bring knight coming to e7 and f5. I think this is going too much. Okay, knight into pawn is not working because of rook b1, rb1, and then rook into b7. And this is not correct. I mean, b5 is bad. It was better to play rb1. It was better to play queen b3, but not this bad overextended pawns. Counterplay. Now there is counterplay. The pawn overextended. Threat. Black has got good play now. ND2 is a threat now. Black is better. So I will not discuss further. Black has already a good position because of the lackluster play by white. I will tell you what he could have done. Here, the position between this was actually played Gypsilis Larson year Interzonal 1970-67. So I will tell you this is white also is better in the position, but I will tell you the correct approach for white. One second. Hmm. I told you I'll show that Pisar game. Now this is not the best way. You know why? I will play knight c3 and now g6. I will play bishop e3. I will not play knight f3. You will play bishop here. Now I will play rook c1. Why? Because because I need to protect the pawn. So when I play b3, this becomes a problem against the bishop. And this is also dark. That is why he will play some a5, a4. Now when I protect the pawn b3, then he will play a5. That is the reason rook c1 is good. Now castle, and white gets a good game now. Black has a problem now. How he to develop? Suppose you play n6, d5, knight, then I will play bishop here. Controlling this, and then I want to push the knight. Yes, problems. That is why rook c1 necessary. So in the game here, I will tell you ed6 how to handle this position. Oh, this is how black is too weak a player. Okay, black is a grandmaster, and now how to handle this. The idea now, why black is waiting. The moment you play, the bishop will come. So useful. This is actually a waste of time in opening, but I would put it as a useful waste of time to protect the knight, which will control the center. Okay, white is clearly better. White has got double up and black knights are clumsy. These are clumsy place knights. And white has space. So white stands clearly superior here. The point is do not keep pushing the pawns. Now here if you keep pushing the pawn, then counter attack will come. Lose structure. Not a good idea keep pushing. That's why you castle first. Now threat of trap. This position you don't need to discuss. Already overwhelming. So I would recommend that this S3 is a simple way to counter this line. S3, S3. The modern approach. And played by a very strong GM in 2012. Opponent is also a grandmaster. I want to maintain my center. Okay. Now it is bad. Now it is bad. The knight has no room to go to C8. So now he is preparing in case of D5, C5, knight C8 will come. But now he is ready. Suppose you play mechanically now B3 something B2. Let us say B2. He will play now D5. And now he will come. Later on he will prepare that knight will come to E7, castle knight E7 with hoping some counter attack. But I am not giving time now. No D5. Plus minus. इतना बात सही. Another recent game I would like to show you. Kravastri Martin, a strong super GM. Okay. This is also plus. Okay. The whole idea, I am not losing a pawn. The whole idea, after bishop takes, queen takes, knight into pawn, I have got queen into b7, I have got bishop into h7, check. So I am not losing a pawn. White better. Okay, so I leave this line. I will go to the next game. Alekhine defense. अरे is that? No. Slice Spassky. Yeah. Young Spassky in younger days. Okay, the whole point is after bishop takes, you are not winning. After bishop takes and bishop takes, you are not really winning because take, and I have got queen. I'll regain. That is why it is not advisable to go for the c4 point. So he goes b7. Now defending. White has better position. Center. Main thing is that you can see the whole center is now in control of white. Surrender the double bishop. He says no. The knight is heading to f5. Plus. Very poor placement of black's two knights on the queen side. Bishop into f3, d5 pawn will come in trouble. I think it is already disaster. The position is out of control now. The position is just bad. Okay. There was an improvement on the move 11 here. The position is no need to discuss. This is already a bad position. Oh, you cannot give exchange and play. This is a bad position. Now I will tell you there is an improvement on the game 11, 11th move. Here, here, here black played d5. Instead of rook e8, black had an improvement playing d5. Now, okay. But for d5, you can play c5, knight c8, and knight c8 and h3. Once again, white are holding the edge now. Now bishop h5 is bad. Bishop into you will get double bishop for nothing. So you have to retreat the bishop to e6. Okay. Now I want you to find a simple plan. White found a very simple plan. White was Yakov Westrin. He found a very simple plan for white. Can you find what white should do now? Okay, देवर्स एक होमवर्क हो गया अच्छा है. Okay, Tal Lutik. I will show Tal Lutiko. I will show you Tal Lutike after this. First, tell me what is the plan for white now. Okay, bye. There was the whole point is this is a weak point now. That means this is possible. If you take, I will take your b7 pawn plus plus. I would say plus minus this position. Now you have to stop b5. The only move you have to play is a6. And now rook b1 with the idea a4 b5. So this is overwhelming position already. Now h6. Whatever you do, it is bad. Okay. Now knight e7 suppose. g4. Force move to force h6. White is very strongly placed. White is nearly winning, but last maneuver. I want you to find out what is the best move for white. Always know the initiative. The whole point is my pawn should come. The knight, then free. Knight coming there, e1. It is terrific position. Now I want to threaten f4. My threat is to play f4. And if you stop it, now in g2, again I will threaten to play f4. Overwhelming. Okay. This position is good for white. There is an improvement d5, re8. इससे अच्छा re8 d5. This is a better move. But anyway, white is better now. Okay. This is anyway better for white. I want to show you Tal Lutiko. I will show you. In the Russian Championship, Lutiko played 2 games and 1.5. Then Tal beat him with this line. In a blitz game, I do. I have done this trick in many blitz games. I play e4 and f6, e5 and d5, and d4 and v6. What is the main plan? I will tell you the trick. I will tell you the trick. Now, after d4, d6, knight f3, g6, this is the strongest move. And now if you play, the knight comes, then you play, then queen comes, or maybe f4 comes. White has a very strong position. So to avoid this bishop c4 line, black wants to play now g6 variation without bishop c4. Now knight b6. Now if you play knight f3, I will play g6. Maybe d6 now. d6. Now you don't have bishop c4. Now if you play b2, g6, black is fine. It is not an aggressive setup. Very quiet position. This is the whole idea. This variation, black wants to avoid this bishop c4 variation. So here, nb6 is an idea avoiding d6. Now no bishop c4. And Lutiko won two games, but then Tal beat him with a4. Okay, I will do a4 now. A4. Tal Lutiko. Believe me, I played this move NB6 out of 10 Blitz games, approximately I'm talking, around 10 Blitz games. I only drew one and lost one and won eight. Eight and a half, one and a half. My score, eight and a half, one and a half with black. In the Blitz tournaments, rapid Blitz. So here, the correct move is A4. You cannot allow A5, only move. BB5. Now the whole idea, spoiling harmony. Now this without D6 you cannot operate. C6 हो गया काम. D2 may be also good move. Now this is bad. This is bad. Any attacking position very quick. Either be weakness, either be weakness. Eh? इधर से किंग साइड में होल, क्वीन साइड में होल. Center is with white. This is just, this is a bad night. Bad night. This is having no scope. This is just a bad position. Very strong. Knight f4 is coming. Welcome. You are welcome to take तीन नाइट मूव मे भी चार पांच नाइट मूव. This is just one sided chess. Winning. Center and active pieces. Open line. अभी ये nasty threat. You have got better center, better open line, more development. A decisive threat. ये कोई king. This is ridiculous. And time pass कर रहा है. Now the whole point is the queen check will come. So take, check. A gentleman will resign. Gentleman, he is not a gentleman. So ये जो line है, it is interesting, but I will tell you, do not get baffled. If you are not playing A4, then you will not get advantage. Not an opening advantage. You may win the game in middle game skill, but there is no problem. For example, knight f3, knight f3, I will play d6. Now a4 is not dangerous because already I have a room. So now I will play d6 and now you play normal move. I will play g6. Get a good game. Lutiko का दो गेम आप देख सकते हो. Grandmaster Lutiko, how he played NB6 sometimes. He 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 had a knack to play all odd variations. You know, Lutiko, he played this. अरे भाई, Lutiko e4 e5 nf3 he used to play this kind of moves. This is also bad. ये भी bad है. लुटिको नहीं, इसमें हाँ लुटिको खेला है. टाल लुटिको देखो. All kind of odd moves you are playing. Okay, if you will play queen e7 here, Tal will play like this. This is what he will do. Bad. These are bad positions. These are bad positions. So here he plays plus minus. Yeah, again. So these are Lutico had a tendency to play all the odd lines. I leave this. Let us only discuss the opening plan and other kind. I will not go detail. Hello, Mayor Chaudhary. This is a pet line of Karpo. The idea to gain a tempo and strengthen the center with F4. Now there is a direct threat. There is a direct threat. Suppose you castle. I can play Queen F3, third attack. Now if you play this, then I can play Knight D5. Idea now Bishop G5 will come into the square. It is risky to grab such a pawn. You know, it is very risky for black to grab such pawn. Okay, for example, nobody is playing this. Nobody is grabbing the pawn. So here, correct move is when you play Ng5, he plays D5. But then you can play F4 also. Carpo Torre, Carpo white, Torre black in the Manila interzone. I think, yeah, Manila interzone 1973 or something, 73, 74 or 71, 72, something like that. Huge plus for center. White has a huge plus. The grip on center is too much. You can even play C3. This is also plus minus because he cannot shake the center. Where is the counter will come? Two clumsy knights on C6 and B6 and a very bad center. So this is the opening advantage. I am not going further detail. Getting a good position from opening. Okay, this is these are you cannot block the ball. This can come from Nimzovich, and it was also played in the game match between Anand and Yusupo. Anand white, Yusupo black in the candidates match semi-final. After pawn into pawn, we transfer to a regular line or pawn into pawn, a regular line, white advantage. One extra pawn. Extra pawn and better center. Two bishops, extra pawn and center. कुछ नहीं रहा ये गया 12 का भाव में जाएगा so I don't want to discuss when the position is overwhelming एक pawn up है सेंटर है ओपन लाइन भी है सब कुछ है क्वीन साइड में भी गया सेंटर में भी गया so hopeless now Torre this is the game I was referring it is Leningrad I'm sorry not Manila it was Leningrad Interzonal where Karpov qualified for the candidates NG5 Simple building up. There is no strategic plan for black. Simple. Knight f1, knight g3. A bad move. The point is, now black is cramped. He wants to exchange the queen and consolidate. You can understand the eagerness. The black position is so bad. Queen exchange will get some relief. क्यों exchange करेंगे? Now the weak point is queen is badly placed, especially against the rook. But rook needs protection. Yeah, I will play now bishop e3, and after that threats will start coming. No threat yet. One of the main idea that bishop a3 you cannot play rook f7 because the queen will have no mobility. Weak point. A player must be alert about the mobility of his own queen always. This is in danger. In the Karpov Kozlov match, somebody told that you give a glass of water to the player. It is not allowed. Nowadays, arbiters don't allow the coaches, managers in the hall because they give so many kind of instruction hints. Giving a glass of water means your queen is in danger. It is a hint. Your queen is in danger. So black queen has low mobility. A move like knight g3 comes. Knight g3, queen f4, bishop c1, queen trap. No, 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 no. Knight is hanging. g4. गया क्वीन ट्रैप हो गया. एक्सचेंज तो गया. After you play queen f4, bishop c1, queen trap. Not queen trap. It will result to the same thing only. So here, knight, he resigned because queen or king, choice is yours. Your queen is trapped, and now rook into rook, knight into queen, lost. Right? So Alekhine, but I will tell you, I must warn you, do not think Alekhine is lost. Alekhine is fully playable. I have selected a game of Lev Albert because he was the greatest expert of Alekhine because all his life played Alekhine defense. And he has written a book also, how to play the Alekhine defense. However, okay, knight into pawn is not possible. Take two times and queen check is there. So the pawn is not really lost. Anyway, he is not lost. Still he cannot play. If you take the pawn, knight into pawn, anyway, here g3, and it is lost anyway. Now the queen must move. Here, your queen may get trapped after pawn f4, or you may get bishop check, bishop into knight, and bishop check also. So you cannot play. That means queen has to go back, and the bishop into c4. So you cannot take the pawn anyway. Bad moves. Knight f3 plus minus. Behind development, king in center. Run, 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 run again. Now if a space, disaster. He can result. He can. The position is all over. Now I want to push the knight away from my game. I want to take the pawn. No entry. Go away from my area. Oh, hopeless. Pawn down and bad position. So the whole concept of this variation also is not a good idea. After the move here, white is simply better after pawn into pawn. Even this structure is also not good. Why this structure is not good, I will tell you. See, if you play pawn push like this, okay, I will show you the game. Carpo Bagiro. Then only you understand. It is not here, not here, but I will tell you. I can tell you the line. E5 and D5, D4, D6, and F3, BG4. In the Carpo Bagiro game went on. Now BE2, E6, Castle, B7, now C4, knight B6, now pawn into pawn, pawn into pawn, and now knight C3, castle. Now he plays, I guess, uh, BE3. BF4 is also good move. BF4, I think BE3 is a good move. And knight C6, D5 is good. The reason is now pawn into pawn, I can play knight into pawn. Knight into this is a weak pawn. This is a weak pawn is there. Weak pawn. White has superior position. I think it all happened in Karpov Bagiro. Bagiro wrote a book, Alekhine Defense. Palatnik has written some book also, Alekhine. But Albert has written. Good move. White has got development center. Basically, this is the idea of Botvinnik. This is the idea stems from Botvinnik. Knight g5, bishop takes, queen takes, lead in development and space. Plus minus. Simply plus minus position. Black is cramped and no counterplay. Main problem is black has little counter action. Let's run away. The position is plus minus. No need to discuss further. No, Scandinavian is not playable. For example, okay, I will go back. E4, D5, take, NC3, Queen D6, D4, Knight F6. I recommend here to play. Now there are two plans. You can play G3 with the idea Bishop G2 and BF4. This is one idea. Positional idea. You can play also here H3. Why H3? Then I want to play Knight F3 without Bishop G4. Now S3 controls no BG4 and then good position. But I would say more active move here, just Bishop D3. With the idea, now BF5, what are you doing? Now आपको बिशप निकालना है तो कहाँ निकालो? Knight E2, maybe F3, Knight E2. Now the threat is coming. White has a fantastic position. So much development, so much centralized, and still black has to run only. Plus minus, this position is plus minus. Garibhai Kasparov. Garibhai Kasparov is white. Who is black? Ian Rogers. जाओ पीछे. Queen B4 is bad. ये bad है. ये खेलेगा नहीं. या ये मार दो अभी. ये मार दो. क्योंकि ये मारेगा तो A3 कर दो. अब ये ट्रैप हो जाएगा. गई. गई है. क्वीन गई. So he can't do that. So he has to play some bishop f4. He has to play some queen d7. अभी आप queen d2 का long castle करो. You can play d5. Stop the knight entry. You can play queen. So Kasparov played d5 because you cannot take. If you take knight into pawn, a technical plus. You take, take. Now 3-2 majority. एक तो मेरे पास 3-2 majority है और more space. A bad position. This is just bad. So d5 plus space center development. One sided है. This is one sided issue. कुछ भी नहीं रहा. So I recommend this strongly to you. I recommend this strong. Okay. This is the one. Queen d6 के लिए I recommend d4 and bishop d3. Alternative you can do. Even this also is a plus. This also is a good move. Because after bf5, knight f3, and then white has a better game. This is plus also. I would give this move an exclamation mark. My recommendation is bd3. However, Grandmaster Sachs played g3 here. This is also good. Why not? For example, ये कौन खेला है टाल सैक्स का गेम भी है टूरो लेट अस सी g3 टेम्पो ए हिम्मत तो पॉन खा के दिखाओ I will get 2 pawns, you take 2 pawns, I will also take 2 pawns plus अब ये क्वीन ट्रैप हो गया बिशप e7 को a3 आ जाएगा रन नाइट बेकार जगह में न क्वीन इज बैड ब्लॉकिंग इज बिशप और ये ऊपर से ये भी है ये भी बोनस है व्हाइट के लिए ऑल दिस थिंग इन एयर ये तो गया पोजीशन ये बचेगा नहीं धना गया nc6 but no that is also bad that also is bad when is nc6 coming when is nc6 coming oh you mean to say now nc6 this is also bad अभी अगर आपको nc6 खेलना है you should play a6 आपको a6 खेलना जरूरी है then nc6 अभी the problem is nb6 here it is bad because I will play in tempo and c4 what I will do here now main idea now I will take the center तो मैं nb5 खेलेगा these are only blocking your pieces now queen d8 c4 center zentrum center अब ये थ्रेट है अरे ये एक मूव करो ये क्यों करेंगे भाई ये करो ना ये क्रश हो जाएगा so you cannot do anyway c4 is coming you can't play so nc3 with the idea now you play knight f6 is the main line bishop d3 s3 is a good move g3 is a good move bishop d3 good move so ये भी तो अच्छा है okay now nc6 you mean so it is bad after bd3 okay here bishop d3 इधर है d4 now knight f6 bd3 now you play nc6 okay knight queen कहाँ जाएगा जाओ no it cannot be good not good position not good this g3 I recommend bd3 g3 is good move bd3 is good move okay just a minute सो ये पोजीशन में कोई दम नहीं है। अले खाइन का एक दो और गेम। So D5's main idea is to exchange lot of pieces. The main idea of D5 is to exchange lot of pieces. Now ND7 is bad. ये bad move है because of knight sack. अभी मारेंगे तो क्वीन चेक आएगा. This king, horrible king. He'll show a modern player. Who is that player? I will tell you a modern grandmaster's game. ये तो क्रश है, इसमें मेट होता है. So many good moves. सारिक, ये गेम है सारिक का. I1 सारिक is best, very young. G3, idea bishop S3, idea bishop S3 check. बिशप S3 के बाद खत्म हो जाएगा. चेक, बिशप चेक, queen check, over. So okay, you don't play B5, but anyway gone. So G3 is crushing. There are so many moves. It is crushing. For example, I will show you Anand. Anand versus who is this? जो भी है. So ये कोई Anand is white. This is crushing. Plus minus. Bishop F4 check. क्वीन से मारेगा मरेगा, किंग से मारेगा तो मरेगा. चेक, ये तो मरेगा अभी. किंग, किंग का देखो. So but anyway, I like this more scientific. Though Anand played Queen C7, I like this one. This is simple G3, it's crushing. Instead of C4, this G3 is just over. Because in the attack, how many pieces? You have got Queen, the bishop, the knight, the pawn. ये जिंदा नहीं रहेगा king. No chance. No chance of survival. तो ये तो छोड़ दो. That means ये नहीं खेल सकता. ND7 lightning. In a blitz game you can play. 3-minute game you can play. Not easy to punish, but this is lost. So I will tell you. Any question? They mainly played for getting a drawing position, pawn into pawn. So G6, C6. The defect of the position for black is the center. You cannot dislodge the knight from center easily. Idea C4. No exchange. I don't want a pawn to come. So knight F3. No bishop C4 coming now. C4 plus minus. अभी द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ मोबिलिटी, इसको लेकर कहां जाएगा. और नाइट C3 के बाद सेंटर ही सेंटर है. चारों तरफ हरियाली हरियाली है व्हाइट के लिए. सेंटर में हरियाली, किंग साइड में हरियाली. ये सब रेड रेड दिख रहा है. दिस इज रेड, ये रेड, ये ग्रीन. ग्रीन जोन में है सब. सारे ग्रीन जोन में है. हैं? हरियाली हरियाली सब चारों तरफ. ये भी चलेगा. Also is plus, but 3-2 majority. White has got 3-2 majority and development. चार मूव. नाइट का चार मूव. Sometimes you cannot believe that a great player, Adams is a very strong grandmaster, but he has to make some 4 or 5 waste moves. Lost. All right, I should leave Alekhine, but I must tell you, don't play four pawn attack, which is not bad. In my opinion, four pawn attack is not bad, but there are a lot of problems White will face. So even if you study deep, Black has no problem. So I would recommend to avoid four pawn attack. For example, E4 and F6, E5 and D5. Now C4. You may play C4. Now D4, D6, F4. This is called the four pawn attack. Now you can play pawn into pawn and bishop F5. Now this is the main idea. E6, then B7 and D7 and castle. There are other variations also possible. Here, four pawn attack, I will show you some key games for black. So that your tempting space you should avoid. First, I will show you Geller Korchnoi. Victor Korchnoi is black and Geller is white. The critical USSR championship. So, actually, what happens? Pawn into pawn is normal, but more tension. Geller wants to keep, Korchnoi wants to keep more tension. Main line, fast post. There is the critical line is to play here. I mean, something like here bishop b4 is one of the critical line. Okay, the main idea to destroy the center. F6 pawn tension. The overextend. The main problem is white pawns are overextended. Now Korchnoi is known for hunting material. Now check. This is intermediary move. Intermediary move. If you take king into, then queen d4 check. But intermediary. ये गया. Now white king is more in danger. Idea queen h4. जीत गया. Korchnoi won the game now. Rook f1 is not playable. G3 is not playable. Now knight f2. ये भी threat है. अभी ये threat है. Queen खाना है. Check. गया. खत्म. Pawn भी जाएगा और game भी जाएगा. Now bishop moves c5 is winning. So bishop cannot come. Though this is just gone. So very sharp play. It is not advisable. I will not recommend for you. However, you must know the other game, that is Zubozobic LJ, KL. This one. This variation interesting. C5. तो D5 तो खेलना पड़ेगा. Now knight C3 खेलना पड़ेगा. Now C4. With the idea, I want to play bishop C4. I want to play now queen H4 check. After BB4, After BB4, I will pin the knight. Then the threat will come. Check and check. Bishop. Threat. D5 pawn is under attack now. Threatening the D5 pawn. White is better. G7 पे प्रेशर है. And now a new move in the game. Now in the game, Lubuzovic as black lost a very important game, of his life, because had he won his game with Braunstein, he would have qualified to the candidate match, and maybe who knows, he could be a potential challenger to Kasparov, Karpov, and all. But he lost to David Braunstein, and here he made in that game he had played some move. Now he did not do this bad move. Instead, this is that Bronstein game. He had played this. I think this and took the route. Attack is not coming easily. The point is the knight is tied down to the square. This is the one returning material, and now everything is okay. No BF6 is coming. No knight f6 is coming. I am having an extra piece. I want to return the material. Whole rook up. Black is a whole rook up. Return the material. And he beat now. In that Braunstein game, he lost this as black and is an improvement. So this is a 4 pawn attack. I am not recommending to you. Okay. Any question on Alekhine? Center counter on Alekhine, you can ask me any question. I am not going to repeat now. I will end up tomorrow. I will start Park Modern. Okay. Maybe I will show you a game. Olgar Bagiro. Bagiro was supposed to be expert of Alekhine. This is the most modern line, more modern approach. C5. The point is, after you play d5, black will play pawn into pawn, pawn into pawn. Black will play c4. This is the whole idea. Getting counterplay. You can take that pawn also, but this is also possible. So here critical moments. So he plays bishop. Some weaknesses B3, C4, plus minus plus. Lot of full of weaknesses. So I want to avoid this kind of things. Four pawn attack giving lot of pawn weaknesses to white. But I will tell you it is not losing. The correct play it is equal chances because white has lot of tactical opportunities. Still I will not recommend to young players unless they are having a total control of open lines. So I will leave this four pawn. Any question? Can you show some games where Grandmaster won under serious pressure? Yes, this is the Geller versus Korchnoi. He played under serious pressure. Last round, Geller Korchnoi, last round of USSR Championship. The winner goes to interzonal or qualifying. So it is such a game he played Alekhine defense. Okay, maybe I will show another game. Andrei Sokolov versus. So this is the simplest road to gain small advantage. Note, please note that all these moves now here, this kind of moves is not worried. Knight into pawn, some queen check, this is not worried. So this is not dangerous. So development on priority. And now castle. Now this. White has got huge center and terrific coordination. Black pieces are funny. Too much time. Plus minus. ये तो गया. He will not be able to defend. You cannot capture on pawn check. He will survive with some hope. So this is just disaster. No development only. Mad threat. Finish. Go rook g8. Some horrible passive. So all right. Resigns. Now rook g8 is disaster. Rook g8 he will play. Now, this move he can build up pressure now. Rook into pawn should win. Queen into pawn should win. This should be overwhelming. Enough. No chance to survive. So Alekhine defense basically playable, but white gets an advantage in any case. Space. The main problem is space. However, I must tell you one line. not psychological pressure like surviving a serious attack or initiative winning. Yes, there are tension. For example, Karpov's game against Michael. He played under terrific pressure. He had to he had to survive that game. Then only he can qualify to interzonal. I mean candidate. So he did it. 73. Karpov's Michael. But let us see this game. Palatnik. Saman Palatnik. I would say this variation I am talking. C6. Now NB6, I have already told you. NB6, BB3, then BG7, Knight G5, etc. But what about this line? Now Bishop. Now the point is, it is very difficult this sort of position. Now you have to play. He played in the game, and now White cannot exchange. White has to come like ND2, NE4. Right? Now you cannot play S3. I will take and D4 pawn. So he comes. Black is all right. I don't see any big danger to Black now. He has castle, and the center is okay. The two bishop is not because there is no great scope for his f4 bishop. You can't bishop on d5 you get nothing. So the position is just equal center. So this is also a good line. However, I must tell you bishop g4 c6 how to handle this position. A line a player should be very careful about it. How to play as white. Rook e1 is not great. ND2 want to push the knight c4 should be plus unsackable knight from e5. So it is a very good plan. Very good plan here. Now ND2 and now I take the center. Now e5 is not coming because NC4 will come. Now e5 is stopped. So this is a simple way of getting an advantage. Gary Bhai Kasparov versus Ivanchuk. Queen into pawn we saw. Queen into pawn we saw. ND2 and BC4. Advantage to white. No f6 possible. The queen has no good square. Plus minus. I will take the seize the e file. Now I am going to seize the e file quickly. Plus. So no question. So I hope you are happy with the okay. You want me to the show the tension wala game. I will show you. Karpo tension उसका हवा means पसीना पसीना हो गया था. Literally Karpo was sweating. He had to win the game. कार्पो बोला। है ही नहीं क्या भाई इधर? नो, नॉट हियर। इधर रहेगा। हाँ जाता है, हो गया। हाँ ये, I my spelling I was typing wrongly. SME I was typing SMJ. So this is a very important game. Where too much of pressure on Karpo. It all this game depended his qualification to candidate. Okay, I told you that he cannot take here. Taking the pawn is risk. I told you, explained to you earlier. If you take the pawn, knight into knight, then queen into knight, then I will play queen d4, and then bishop to f8. Maybe knight b6. Maybe knight b6 here first. If you play rook b8, then queen d4, then bishop f8, bishop f3, now d5, c4. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This pawn is going. So this is bad. So you cannot do that. And taking pawn also the same thing. I will have the same thing. The queen d4 will come, the same answer. Returning two pieces. So in the game, he played here, bishop here, knight, castle. Now he is giving a real threat. Black is really threatening to take the pawn. So knight into knight, queen into, and knight b6. Knight into, then bishop into pawn. So now the point is black has good compensation. Black's pawn chain, black has no pawn weakness. This is called one pawn island. And black has got better center and also mobility. I mean rook b8 is actively placed. So black has compensation for one pawn. The idea is to weaken the position. Now the whole point is you cannot take the pawn. You take the pawn, this is bad because f4 will come, bishop g3, queen f3 will come, and this is Ganpat ho gaya. So you cannot accept that pawn. You can, but two pawn is not enough for the piece. Not enough. Piece is a piece. White will get the piece, and then it is attack on the king side. So you cannot accept the pawn. So good move, king h1. So very well played. Now b2 pawn, there is a problem. So material has become equal. Now the board material equal, but white has now weak points. Three pawn island. White has got three pawn islands. Black has no pawn island. So black stands better. Good move. Queen into rook, bishop into c3 wins. Queen into b2, Bishop c3 and queen mate. Rook attacked. Very well played. Big positional advantage. After the one for the exchange, क्या weakness है? एक तो ये टारगेट है, ये पॉन कभी भी है टारगेट, ये टारगेट है वन. Okay, this is bad. And secondly, weakness, this weakness, this weakness, this weakness, and color complex. Weak pawns and the advantage of color complex. व्हाइट के पास क्या है? व्हाइट इफ यू काउंट इट, अगर ये पॉन बढ़ते जाएगा, लेकिन अभी पीसेस कोऑर्डिनेशन नहीं है. और फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, ये रूक अंडर अटैक, यू लूज टाइम, यू कैन डिफेंड द किंग, ये सब मुमकिन नहीं है. यू गिव एक्सचेंज. नाउ व्हाट इज व्हाइट इज होपिंग, अपोजिट कलर बिशप है, यहाँ पे प्रेशर है और ये अभी ड्रॉ हो जाएगा, ड्रॉ हो जाएगा. बट ब्लैक प्लेड रियली मार्वलस, ब्लैक प्लेड लाइक ए जीनियस. फॉलो अटैक. दिस इज द डिफरेंस. द पॉइंट इज, ये हट गया ना, ये हट गया तो ये चेक और यहाँ पे मेट. So guarding the square is important. So the point is guarding the square. Survive today. Now rook and queen are watching the square. और ये मारा तो it is why black is better. Queen into is better game. So now I come back. No mate. Now the passer is there, but these two fantastic square, black square control, यहाँ और यहाँ. Mainly I will control this. Then there is no danger. The pawn is not a dangerous thing. All you have to clear the back rank. एक बार बैक रैंक क्लियर हो जाने दो, आगे कुछ नहीं होगा. नो डेंजर टू ब्लैक. वेरी वेल प्लेड. Excellent move. Forced. Now the point is, the pawn is not in danger. This king comes in trouble because of the color complex. Dark square. Necessary. If you will push the pawn, then he will play some queen check. And now if you play some queen check, and then you come here, then bishop will come. Whereas I am watching, and now threats will start coming. You need to see. White is Resvesky, black is Bronstein. Same, queen bishop, color complex, similar position. So he decided to play here queen. Queen, now king. Idea. Anyway, I want to bring the bishop, watching the square and giving some threats. Check. Now the king position is precarious. Don't be eager, the player should not play like this, coffee house. This is coffee house move. I want to play like this. And then come. This is, no. He played scientific move. All protected first. अभी ये मेट हो रहा है. दिस इज अनफॉर्चुनेट, वेरी पुअर डिसीजन. ये बैड मूव है. कम से कम ये आता था, ड्रॉ हो जाता था. इसमें ड्रॉ का चांस ज्यादा था. नॉट दैट इट इज अ ड्रॉ, बट वेरी फेयर ड्रॉ चांसेस. बट दिस इज वेरी वीक प्ले. हो गया कम, अब कम हो गया. द पॉइंट व्हाई दिस मूव, दिस इज आई वांट माय बिशप, I want my bishop to come into this point. I want the bishop here so that mate will come. So giving way, bishop. भाई बचाओ, बचाया एक एक करके. अब ये pawn is not dangerous, only move. और एक हो गया काम. अभी पास पान हैज बीन क्रिएटेड. ये pawn तो अभी बच नहीं जा रहा है, और ये पास पान यहाँ दो है, और ये बैड किंग है. कॉलर कॉम्प्लेक्स हो गया, थोड़ा टाइम पास कर रहा है ये अभी, एनीवे इट इज गोइंग ऑन. Why this g5 move? Because he cannot challenge queen or g2 or e2, he cannot challenge. Yeah, दो पासवान और निकल गया. A very critical, very, I mean, nerve-wracking game for Karpov. Everything depended on this game for his qualifying to candidates, interzonal to candidates. Okay, friends, thank you very much being with me for your patience. And I will be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 for the starting Turk and Modern. How to play black side and white side, Turk and Modern. So, any question you can ask me on Alekhine and center counter. Okay, thank you. Take care. सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Bye.